Hey y'all, I'm still existing, unfortunately. And the entire pain of existence, I've been playing a lot of games, peak masterpieces to peak shits. And the entire time, the one thing I always kept through is to never trust gaming media or YouTubers or my ex-girlfriend. But that's a conversation we can have another day. You can say that, yeah, gaming media is right about some games like Elden Ring, but who hated Elden Ring? Well, except
about this product. I don't know who they made it for. Again, I couldn't speak lowly enough about this game. I don't recommend it, and I think if you're smart, you'll just play something else. That's the review. Take it or leave it.
Anyway, you need to always form your own opinions when it comes to certain media. Games are a prime example because we experience games in a different way. And today's game is one of the prime examples of why you should always play it yourself. Low quality clips incoming. Forspoken is a game that got a pretty negative reception on release. For what reason, bro? Personally, I can't tell you. But the funny thing is, I agreed with this reception the game was getting when it came out. Well, actually, I didn't have a PC back then, and I was only taking the word of YouTubers on the internet, which in hindsight, pretty stupid of me, but not gonna lie. You shouldn't take the word of someone else when it comes to a game you might enjoy. And that's what I decided to do, ironically. Or did unironically? You don't remember? It probably was them two there. English was not my strong suit, fuck you. After ironically watching a YouTube video titled Forspoken 1 year later, where he basically spoke, well, about Forspoken. So I sat down and watched an hour and 11-minute video by that boy Aqua, which was a good video in hindsight. You should go watch the video yourself. And I played Forspoken. Now your next question might be, hey, was it fun? What did I tell you about taking the advice of a random person on the internet? Go play the game for yourself. But if you can't play the game for yourself like I couldn't before, I'll give you my opinion on it. The short answer, was Forspoken fun? Yes, it was actually really fun. Well, some elements were fun, some elements weren't fun. You know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Stop. Now, long answer. If you watch my video before, you know I'm not one for stories or dialogues. If you haven't, then hey, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Like, comment, and subscribe, you know, to see more. And I admit, I checked out Forspoken's story around the time I was close to the second Tanta fight. So I'm not saying, oh, it was great, or the people who were saying the story were bad were wrong. Like, come on. I'm 15 hours in at the time of writing this, and I'm sure I'll never add another word to this script. Completely checked out. I checked back in somewhere in the story. I'm not entirely sure where. But look, you know I don't really care. But Forspoken wasn't boring to me. Alright, wait, let me just... This twist wasn't boring to me. Did I see the twist coming? No. I didn't. And if you haven't played it yet and you're worried about a spoiler, then mega spoiler, yeah? Because why haven't you played the game yet? Is it the bad reception? Because fuck it, go and play the game. If you can't afford it, that is, you know, there are other ways. But anyway, spoilers. For the bracelet that you've been traveling with this entire time, the cuff himself, yes, that nigga, he was actually the bad guy. Surasos. Fuck his name. He was some great demon or something, and the Tantas sealed him, which split up his powers, and the Tantas took his powers or absorbed his powers to keep him from getting back together. And because his powers were evil, or he was evil, it corrupted the Tantas. Hence why the Tantas are evil. It's a classic trope. And you can say it wasn't that great of a twist, but I was shocked, and it turned out that corrupted dragon that we saw at the first part, she was her mom, bro. Her mom. All the things that happened were Frey being original inhabitant of this world and her mom being a Tanta in the past, hence why the whole dragon thing and the story happened. Really, it wasn't a bad story. Again, I didn't see the hate for it. That's all I have to say about the story. Now, the dialogue. The dialogue was also a main point of contention when I was listening to reviews of this game.
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
I did not just do that.
We did.
I just moosh it with my mind.
So, Frey, full name being Frey Holland. I love her character actress, by the way. She's so pretty. Did anybody say Frey was ugly? If anybody say Frey ugly, we can go milk come stamp on her face. Sorry for the threat of violence. Now, one of the main things were that the dialogue was either cringe or of poor quality.
With my help, of course.
Did you not just see me take out that gnarly beast?
And the conversations between Frey and Cuff were either inauthentic or too frequent.
Shit! Fuck! Shit! Ugh, what a pain.
There better be something good inside. Can't be very satisfying facing enemies of this caliber.
Or another thing, I might be wrong about the specifics, but it was along the lines of those when it comes to those complaints. But here's what I'm saying, like, that's fucking bullshit, right? At least to me. I saw no problem with the dialogue, and I'm someone who suffers with heavy secondhand embarrassment. I cannot watch or even see certain things without cringing uncontrollably and just skip it altogether. Note, I'm not even the one in the situation and I'm feeling cringe. So I am someone who is affected by cringe. And what Frey was saying whenever she says fucking every other sentence, or when she like throwing a modern idiom.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Or when she was throwing an idiom from like modern times and no one understands it, it feels natural because that's how someone who's been isekai'd would behave. Her obsession with going back home, even though she found out she's actually from that place, is still a natural thing. Like every isekai has this trope. Also, given from what I know about Cuff, it makes sense that he never actually warmed up to Frey, because that was also one of the main problems that people were having, that Cuff and Frey's relationship never seemed to get better. I might, well, knowing what I know now, Cuff also knew what he knew. Cuff knew that he's going to betray her in the end, so why would he warm up to someone that he knows that eventually he has to kill? Well, I'm saying within the context of everything, all of it made sense. The dialogue wasn't shitty because it made sense for Frey to behave how she was behaving. If someone gets powers, someone from a modern time gets power, of course they're gonna be excited. Of course you're gonna say some shit. Like, it makes sense for everything. It, again, to my anime brain, to my whatever lizard brain, whatever you want to call it, it made sense. Maybe it wasn't the best, but it was okay at best. It was okay at best and passable at worst. It wasn't the worst dialogue that everybody was making out to seem. It was actually a really okay dialogue conversation. Alright, so let me just say, Athia is a really big and beautiful world. I love the parkour and how Frey would run around so freely in the world with her magic movements. I didn't unlock anything else because I didn't realize there was more of them, but there's apparently a parkour ability in each of the trees. Each of the magic trees has a parkour ability, but I wasn't paying attention, so whatever. Anyway, when I hit the open world after some times, I wasn't really paying attention. Like, I started playing Forspoken in the Saturday morning, and before I knew it, the sun was gone. My phone still dry as fuck. Wow, I'm lonely. But Forspoken keep me occupied, and that was great. Wait, what were we talking about again?
Does feel kind of pointless.
Oh yeah, Forspoken's world design. So Forspoken has a world, and it has stuff to do in it. We call them, they call them detours. Right, these are basically the side activities that you would do in the world of Athia. You know, the side quests for the other characters in the world that, again, you know I didn't do. I'm sure you knew I didn't do any of them. Like, why would I do any of them? That, like, what am I doing? Like, am I a completionist or something? No, I'm just here to enjoy the fucking game. No one cares for these side characters. Also, those are called detours. Oh, fuck, I didn't know that. Anyway, we also had these things to do. Anything that involved action, I would do. So I did like a couple of labyrinths, myths, runes, not myths. You had some fucking towers that you climbed. You get gear. So you got cloaks and you got necklaces and you got the Tanta fingernails, which, wait, no, they're called nails. They're just called nails. That's stupid because like Tanta fingernails sound cooler. And again, they just gave you small stat boosts that really are just minuscule if you don't gather a bunch of them to actually make a difference. So they don't really matter unless you're a fucking min-maxer. And if you are a sweaty min-maxer, then what are you doing playing Forspoken? Stop it. Get some help.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Go play Call of Duty. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Alright, let's stop glazing. The world feel empty. Yeah, I know. I said that there were these stories that help with the feeling of the world being open, but if you don't want to do those, then really there's nothing for you to do other than running from one quest marker to the other. You'll see enemies here and there, but like they're the same variations of enemies split through like 4 different regions, right? There are 4 different regions in Athia, by the way, ruled by 4 different rulers. Well, 3, but there were 4 rulers until one died. Story reasons. But there are 4 regions, and there should be 4 boss fights, but there are 3 boss fights. Well, no, there are 4 main boss fights, so there's a lot of side bosses. Speaking of boss fights, so I wrote like, okay, I'm back at the script, because I was playing the PoE League, the new PoE League that dropped. Speaking of, I'm probably going to play it after I finish recording. You know, I might start streaming. You guys, like, check out my streaming things in the below link. Twitch, maybe I do it on YouTube. I don't know. I'm starting my streaming career, you know. Soft launch me. I'm a day. Anyway. There's Tanta Sala, Tanta Brave, Big Ass Lantern. Or, I mean, you could argue that the real boss was the mannequin that you fight in the illusion. But to me, it was that big ass lantern. That was the final. That was the boss. That was the boss for that person. And then there was Surus or Cuff. I'm going to call him Cuff or whatever. Huh? Didn't realize it was that little actually. So Tanta Silo fight was the best one in my opinion, like because I enjoy aggressive gameplay. The dodging, the constant attacking. Back and forth, yeah, I like things like that. So basically she was just sending out her minions to attack you in the first phase. You take them out, she attacks you with some balls of fire, you dodge, blah blah blah. It wasn't really an annoying fight, but it got more fun when we were in the second phase, where she does a bunch of explosions and she actually rushes you. There was no more minions too. It was just a one-on-one fight between you and her. But Forspoken is a very easy game, so it wasn't really that annoying or hard when she went full Lord of Cinder mode. On the other hand, was super underwhelming, especially since I was expecting something along the line of a Tanta Sila type fight. But no, it was, let me just throw some more minions at him first, dispatch those bastards. Didn't really enjoy this one as much because the combat was only hitting her with range attacks. Because you get floating in the air, I couldn't really get into her. Like, you know, that nice back and forth, the aggressive. No, it was more like a shoot from afar, or because I had the fire ability at this worth or spare from afar. But it was like, it wasn't fun. Like, in Forspoken, if you're not utilizing all of Frey's abilities at the same time, like switching back and forth, like stringing the abilities to get like higher multipliers and junk, it doesn't shine. The combat won't feel fun to you. Next would be that Tanta Olas, but I must say before, it was a giant lantern. That was the fight. That was the boss. This lady threw her ass in an illusion, sent us home to make us think like, oh, everything is fine, everything is great. Like, give us a whole better version of our life. You know, that whole trope, hoping you'll stay. And you're like, nah, fuck that. You kicked everybody's asses, well, all of her minions that she sent. And this is where I mentioned that little boss fight with the mannequin. Yeah, you could consider that the boss fight, because I think, wait, did that happen? I think that happened. Yeah, you fight the clown thing last, and then you leave to go find her. And when you find her, I think you climb her castle, and then in the end you find a big ass lantern. And when you kill the big ass lantern, and you say, okay, Hulk smash, whoops, you destroy it. You go into the bathroom, you know, and she dead. You look on her, she dead. Like, what the fuck, bro? I was expecting a fight, not this bitch to just off herself. So yeah, the boss fight was indeed just a giant lantern. And after that, you find out Cuff was evil because, like, her thing failed. Cuff started doing the whole evil laugh thing. Did he do an evil laugh? He should have done an evil laugh. I'm gonna say he did it. And then he fucking absorbed the thing. So now you find out that your boy Cuff evil, and logically thinking, no, Free now no power, right? So Cuff, you'll be an easy 1-2 for this. Alright, that's far. But no, somehow you get away. And then it was backstory time, in which I then checked out again. The only good thing about this part is the lightning ability is one of the first abilities you get. Wait, fuck, abilities? How the fuck did I forget about abilities? At the ADHD, man. I need to upgrade to 4K. So, here's my favorite part of the game. The combat or abilities. It's hard to believe that this is my favorite part of the game, because I forgot about it. But maybe it's because when I've seen other people talk about the game, like, the combat isn't one of the things like high on the list in terms of things that need to be fixed or things that they complain about. But it was an issue, so I paid more attention to it. And to that I was saying, like, were you playing the game right? Like, were you one of those people who does like a this is not how you play a game challenge? Because Forspoken is easy. It's a very easy. It's so easy that when I used to be in combat, I wanted to like increase the difficulty, but I remembered that just meant the enemies would have more HP and nothing more, so it wasn't more fun. It was just more bullet sponge. And I think it's because it's so easy that most people don't realize that you could use other abilities in Forspoken. Like, when I see other people playing games, they only use their main shooting ability, and they like shoot a scatter shot or probably a burst shot or the other one, and they like dodge here and there. But if you're not really using all of the abilities in Forspoken, like actually playing it like a normal fucking person, I don't know if you anyway, with that off my mind, we have 4 ability types in Forspoken. You have fire, water, earth, and electricity, or lightning, or light, as the internet says. It don't look like no light to me. If them say lightning, well, I understand, but you know, look like no light. Whatever, me I call it electricity, you know. And each tree has both offensive and defensive skills. There's also like movement / parkour skills, but I'm not including those. Also, each elements have their own subcategories. Like electricity would have like illusions and drunk, and fire would have like melee, cooking. You could while in combat, you could use your offensive and defensive abilities together to increase your damage or do cooler things. And that's what that's what I think people don't do when I watch them. I don't think they're using both of those abilities together. They use them like one or the other, which is stupid. And that's why I don't think people are enjoying the combat of Forspoken. You also have a really generous dodge window, which makes the game, again, extremely easy. Like, I'm a Soul vet, so like I've played Demon Souls all the way up to Elden Ring, except Dark Souls 2. Fuck Dark Souls 2. So I'm used to having like a 1 second, if not like less, iframe dodge window. Well, in the Forspoken, you have this long ass dodge window. I think 3 seconds, and I'm surprised I ever get hit. There's also like elemental advantages and disadvantages, resistances, if you will, to the enemies have. So it forces you to switch your magic to get the advantage on said enemy, which I don't mind. It's a reason to switch. So the fight with Koff was it was okay. We unlocked our ultimate sage mode, and now we have our magic. It's infinitely stronger, and Frey looks more powerful. Well, she looks the same. She glows now, and there's like runes more all over her hand. The first phase of this fight, it felt like a sequence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you attack a bit, you dodge a few attacks. He sends some minions after you. You do that. You rinse and repeat. Yay! Phase 2. Really, it wasn't that great of a phase 1. Now the phase 2 was more fun for me, because again, I like the aggressive combat, the switching between things and the bombarding with flashy animations. In switching resistances throughout the phase of the fight this time, so it forces you to again switch your own ability. Granted, again, you don't have to switch your abilities, but it's better to switch your abilities to get better damage. Yeah, he does that. There isn't anything else notable about this fight, except that he does do this one fucking annoying move that one-shotted me once. But if you see it coming, then really there's nothing else to trick you or get you in this fight. You do whatever you need to do. Hunt him down, fuck him up. He's dead. Well, not dead, but dead. You win the fight, and then title screen, game done. Forspoken is a good game. And maybe that's an anecdotal statement, but I can only say that because I took the time to give the game a chance. I chose not to listen to the hate of wave that the game got, and I don't regret my choices for doing that. Everyone is different, and really we shouldn't be basing a game off of what we hear. We should give it a chance. Except Dark Souls 2. Fuck Dark Souls 2. Listen to me. Don't play Dark Souls 2. If you played the game, you enjoyed the game, there's something wrong with you. I needed to go and get probably checked out. But fuck Dark Souls 2. Now, as a professional game enjoyer, I like to rate games out of 5 to 10, with 1 being the lowest score. And I gotta say, I enjoyed Forspoken. And as such, with the power vested in me, I would rate Forspoken a Forspoken cringy dialogue.
Hey, what do you say? Kick some ass, take some names?
Out of 10. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I have more videos that is coming out, and I will see you guys in the next iteration of my life. Bye.